Hi, it's Gary. Welcome to today's video. So today, heat number 9, the last heat of my late 2024 tournament. The 3 pens. Stunners, aren't they? Beautiful to look at, beautiful to write with. So join me now, down on the table. We'll take a quick look at the pens, walk through the body, do some size comparisons, weights and measures. They're all important, the writing sample. I'll give you my thoughts, then hand over to you to vote for the winning pen. Welcome down to the table for heat number 9, the final heat of the pen tournament. In this heat, we're still looking at pens over 100 Aussie dollars. 3 pens I've got for you. We've got a Leonardo Magico. We've got a Ron Cari Hybrid. And we've got a That Pen Bloke fountain pen. The final 2, they're made by Australian makers. They're hand-turned pens. The Leonardo, that's from Italy. Let's start with a walk through the bodies. Not going to concentrate here on a detailed walkthrough. There are separate videos on my channel if you want to look at them. Just going to look here at similarities and differences. First one you can see is size. The 2 handmade pens, a lot bigger, a lot wider. We'll look at that in a bit of detail later in the video. The other obvious difference, we've got a clip here on the Leonardo. Neither of the handmade pens have a clip. Doesn't bother me. I actually quite like them without the clip. When I'm using them at home, I've always got this. This is a little pen stand, so they rest in that. When I'm out and about, then they're in my pen wrap, so I can just lay them on there. The Leonardo, this is a piston filling pen. I'm not going to work the mechanism. It also has a very nice, generous window here, so you can see your ink level really well. I've got a nice orange ink in here at the moment. Both of the other 2 are cartridge converters. So lots of threads on these. So there's the Ron Cari one. Let's just pop that cap back on. And here we've got the That Pen Bloke one. If I can avoid knocking the pens around. I don't know, a bit of a clumsy oaf today. Although some people might say I'm a clumsy oaf every day. So again here, there's a converter in there. Taking the caps off with the Leonardo, half, about 1 turn. With the Ron Cari, half, 1, just over 1 turn. And with the That Pen Bloke, half, 1, about 1 1/4 turns there. So they all come off really, really easily. Just line this up and we'll take a closer look at the nibs. With the Leonardo nib, it's a steel nib made for them by Yule. Really simple. We've got the Leonardo logo, word Leonardo, then Italy, and on the right hand side we've got a B. This is a broad nib. The Ron Cari, this has got a Bloke nib. So it's a little bit more intricate. We've got a nice patterning around there. And we've got the Bloke logo and we've got the word Bloke. I cannot see anything on there which is telling me what the size of the nib is. And then with the That Pen Bloke, Yule nib, very, very simple. Just got a line border around it. And again on the right hand side, we've got the nib size. Again, this is a broad nib. All 3 pens are broad nib. So it's going to be interesting having 2 Yule and 1 Bloke nib to look at. Let's swap on over and do some size comparisons. Here's my size comparisons. We've got the Pilot Metropolitan and we've got the Lamy Safari. The Leonardo looks a little bit longer than the Safari. The other 2 pens, massive compared to that Safari, aren't they? Looking at the nibs, so we've got number 6 nibs on my 3 pens today. We've got that number 5 Pilot nib here on the Metropolitan. And on the Safari, I've got a Safari style nib, but this one made in China. In the hand, the Leonardo, very nice fit. The section, nice feel. I wish it had the older style section, but this is not too bad. I do love that ink window. I think that's really good. The Leonardo, it will post if you want it to. I find posted just feels overlong for me, but not overly back heavy. With the Ron Cari, beautiful feel in the hand unposted. Nice section, fits really well. Does this pen post? No, not designed for posting. This material is gorgeous. What we've got in here is we've got wood, which is a red moral burl, and then this beautiful material, which is made by Eye Candy Pigments in the US, and it's called Yamagata Red. Very nice. I love the way they go together. They really do complement each other really well. And then with that pen Bloke, this material is one he's actually poured himself. He called it something special, and wow, it is something special. In the hand though, very nice fit. Very similar to what we were seeing there with the Ron Cari pen. The section on this, a little bit narrower. It certainly does feel it. It's not uncomfortable. It's not going to stop me. I like the length of the section there. I think that's really nice. Let's pop the caps on these. With the caps on, very similar story in terms of the length. Issue I've got here, because of the width of the two handmade pens, it's actually quite difficult to get them all balanced on my stand. Let's get these out of the way and fetch in the rule of measuring. Here we've got the rule of measuring. We're going to start with the Leonardo. So the full pen with the cap on, that comes in at 14.5 centimetres. Unposted, here we're looking at 13.1 centimetres, and it does post, and it gives us a length of 16.9 centimetres. The width of the body, I've measured it from here, is 1.31 centimetres. The cap, 1.57 centimetres. The section goes from 1.12 all the way up to 1.2. I say it's a nice, comfortable, wide section for me. With the Ron Cari pen. Hopefully this won't roll. So the full pen, 15.5 centimetres. Unposted, this comes in at 14.3 centimetres. It doesn't post. The width of the body I measured from here, 1.6 centimetres. The width of the cap, 1.7 centimetres. The section going from 1.1 up to 1.2. So very similar to the measurement of the section of that Leonardo. Finally, that pen Bloke. Full pen, again about 15.5 centimetres. Unposted, 14.3 centimetres. It doesn't post. Width of the body, 1.5 centimetres. And the width of the cap, also 1.7 centimetres. The section goes from about here at the shortest, which is 1.09, and we go up to 1.21. So again, very similar to the other two. Let's move this out of the way and fetch in the scales of weighing. Here we've got the scales of weighing. We'll start with the Leonardo. So the full pen, 25 grams. Body alone, 18 grams. And the cap, 8 grams. Remember, we do have ink in each of these pens. With the Ron Cari pen, full pen, 30 grams, so not that much heavier. The body alone, just trying to stop this from rolling, 21 grams. And the cap, 9 grams. Finally, with that pen Bloke, again try and stop it from rolling, 29 grams for the whole pen, 18 grams for body, and 11 grams there for the cap. So all the weights, all very similar, aren't they? Let's get this out of the way and fetch in the notepad of testing. Just dropping in to interrupt your regular programming. Would you like to help support the channel? If so, please consider joining as a member. As a member, you'll get early access to my videos. I normally upload them a couple of days before they go out, and as soon as they're uploaded, they'll be released to members. There'll also be a shout out at the end of the videos, and then as we get the members coming in, we'll actually chat among ourselves and work out what other perks, what other things you'd like me to add in. You know, would you like maybe a monthly live chat just for members? All down to us. So please, if you can, consider joining the channel. A link will be in the description down below. Here we've got the notepad of testing. This is an endless recorder notebook and it's 68 GSM Tomoe River paper. So we're going to start with the Leonardo. So we've got a Leonardo Magico. Let me just give this a bit of a shake as I'm writing. There is a chameleon ink in here. The nib, it's broad. It's a steel nib. They're all steel nibbed. The price for this is approximately 272 Aussie dollars. The ink by Diamine, and it's Bloke's Fizz. Let's do our Wasky Squirrel grid. So up and down. Really nice flow on this, really filling this quite well. Side to side. Then we do our little grid and our diagonal lines. So no real line variation. Drying times is immediate. 10 seconds. 30 seconds. And then 1 minute. After a minute, that's still fairly wet, so this is quite a wet combo. One of the things I'm just going to show you, as I was waiting between each of those drying times, I was sat here and I was just fiddling with this little wheel that's on the clip. That's one of the things I like about this, something to play with. Anyway, next pen. Here we've got the Ron Cari pen. This is the Ron Cari, and it's called the Hybrid. We've got a broad nib. The price for this is 200 Aussie dollars when I bought it. Now, again, I'm shaking this, I'm moving it around. We've got a chameleon ink in here. The ink is by Diamine, and it's a spiced apple. Let's do our grid. Up and down. Side to side. And then diagonals. Drying times, so we got immediate. 10 seconds. 30 seconds. 1 minute. Again, another fairly wet combo. Whilst I've been waiting for them to dry with this, I've just been spinning it around my hand, just looking at it. It's very pretty. Finally, we've got the That Pen Bloke. I'm just going to move the page up a little tiny bit. So again, I'm giving this a shake because in here I've got a shimmer ink. Really pushing it this week, having chameleon and shimmers. So this is That Pen Bloke. Broad nib. Price for this pen when I got it was 190 Aussie dollars. As with all handmade pens, as I say, if you're interested in them, contact the maker. They'll be able to give you a better idea for pricing, depending what it is you want. The ink by Diamine, and it's Yule log. Beautiful brown ink. Let's do our grid. So up and down, side to side, There's a grid, and then our diagonals. Drying times, so we go immediate. Remember to use a clean finger, Gary. 10 seconds. 30 seconds. 1 minute. I'm going to go on the line below. This one, it's dry at a minute. Quite nice though. This one, like with the Ron Cari, whilst I was waiting for them to dry, I was just spinning around, just admiring this material. Let's just take a quick look at these inks. So here we've got the Bloke's Fizz. Hopefully I can capture some of that chameleon for you. I'm not actually seeing that much myself, but it's a bit difficult because to me it looks like it's a goldy type colour. With the Spiced Apple, again we've got like a gold chameleon in here, and hopefully I can capture this on camera. I'm seeing a lot more of that chameleon coming through. And then finally with that pen bloke, so it's brown and it's got like a coppery coloured shimmer to it. Hopefully again the camera will pick this up. I'm seeing quite a bit of that copper coming through. I'm just going to reposition the page, then I'm going to write a sentence with each of the pens. As I'm writing the sentence, the mic will be down next to the paper so you can hopefully hear the pen writing. So we start with the Leonardo. Very nice feel. It's not glassy, it's fairly smooth. It's like it's whispering to me as it's writing. I'm not getting a massive amount of tactile feedback though. It doesn't feel glassy, it just feels nice. The Ron Cari. Sounds very similar, so it's like a nice whispering sound. The nib, a lot more tactile. I can really feel it, and it's, I don't want to say it's rough, I don't want to say it's catching, but there's a definite, you can feel it going over the page. Remember, 68 GSM Tomoe River paper. Let's just move the page up a bit and we'll do the final sentence. So here's that pen bloke pen. Feels very similar to the first one. You'd expect that. They're both Yoho nibs. It's nice though. Again, we've got that beautiful whisper as it's writing. It's smooth. There's no catching, but it's not icy. It's just nice. There's a little teeny bit of tactileness, very similar to what I was getting with that Leonardo. Let's swap on over. We'll take a final look at the pens and I'll give you my quick thoughts. Today's pens, we've got the Leonardo Magico, we've got the Ron Cari Hybrid, and we've got that pen bloke fountain pen. 3 really nice pens, 3 really nice enjoyable pens. I like the size of these handmade ones, so that extra length does make quite a difference, and the extra width is quite nice. I also know that they're handmade, I know the care that's gone into them. The Magico, again, I like this beautiful mosaic, well not mosaic really, it's like a cracked ice type pattern. That might be a better way to describe it. I love the window, I love that it's a piston filler. They're all nice to write with, they're all enjoyable to write with. I love the looks of these two handmade ones. I like the looks of that Leonardo, don't get me wrong. But these two, and of these two, I absolutely adore the looks of the Ron Cari one. I think that's so visually interesting. You know, just beating out the visual interest that I'm seeing here with that pen Bloke one. All in all, 3 very nice pens. So I'm going to hand it over to you. Head on over to my YouTube community page. There you'll find a poll to vote for the winning pen for this week, and that will go forward into the semi-finals. So what are your thoughts on these pens? What do you think about them? I think it's interesting having 2 Australian pens going up against that Italian. Please drop any comments down below. Let's kickstart the conversation. Head on over to that YouTube community page. There you'll find the poll to vote for the winning pen. The winner will be announced on Sunday next week in my YouTube live. Please hit that thumbs up button every time you like, every time you comment. Just helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so that you can get new videos as I release them. I'll talk to you again soon.